Snowstorm's salvation. The wind howled like a beast, tearing through the pines, snow slashing sideways in a blinding fury. Jack trudged forward, his scarf a frozen mask against his face, boots sinking into drifts that reached his knees. Every step was a battle, every breath a knife in his chest. He should have stayed in his tent, safe from the storm's wrath. But something flickered in the distance. A shape, unnatural, off the mountain pass. It was a car, half swallowed by snow, tilted on its side, one headlight pulsing weakly through the blizzard. Jack's pulse quickened as he clawed through the snow to the driver's window. Inside, a woman lay slumped over the wheel, her face ghostly pale, lips faintly blue. Blood seeped from a gash on her forehead. Her coat, rich and heavy, clung to her like a sodden shroud, a diamond bracelet catching the dim light. "Hey! Can you hear me?" Jack pounded the glass. No response. He dug into his backpack, pulled out his multi-tool, and forced the D. Open with a groan. Icy air rushed in. He reached for her wrist, pulse faint but there. No time to think. He slid his arms under her, easing her from the seat. She stirred, a faint moan, but didn't wake. Cradling her against his chest, he staggered through the storm, her weight pulling him down with every slip. His tent was half a mile off, tucked between ridges. He reached it, breathless, trembling, and laid her on his sleeping bag. The tiny stove flickered, barely holding the cold at bay. He stripped her soaked coat, wrapped her in his dry blankets and jacket, and rubbed her hands, her arms, willing warmth back into her. "Stay with me," he whispered. "You hear me? Stay with me." Her eyelids twitched, her voice a ghost. So cold. Jack grabbed heat packs from his emergency kit, tucking them against her neck, her core. Then, with a moment's pause, he unzipped his coat and slipped into the sleeping bag beside her. Wrapping her trembling frame in his warmth, "You're safe now," he said. Voice steady near her ear. "I won't let you go." The storm raged on outside, relentless. Hours bled into the night. Jack checked her pulse, her breathing, her color. She stirred but didn't wake. He melted snow to wet her lips, fed the stove with dwindling twigs. Her face, delicate and sharp, didn't belong in this brutal wilderness. Who was she? Why was she here? No answers, just her shallow breaths and the storm's endless scream. In the dead of night, her eyes opened briefly. Meeting his. "You saved me," she whispered, then sank back into sleep. Jack swallowed hard. "You've got to save yourself, too," he murmured. "I'm not letting you die here." He held her closer, her skin slowly warming against his. Morning broke, the storm gone, leaving a silent, snow-heavy world. Sunlight filtered through the tent, bathing her face in pale gold. Jack crouched by the stove, boiling water. Her voice, soft and cracked, broke the quiet. "Where am I?" He turned. "Hey, you're awake!" She blinked, dazed. "Who are you?" "Jack," he said. "Found you in your car, flipped on the mountain road, half buried in snow." Her fingers grazed the blankets, his jacket. "You saved me." "Guess so." He handed her a tin cup of warm water. "You've been out for 2 days. Fever hit last night. Remember anything?" She sipped, hands shaky. "Claire. My name's Claire. I was driving. A deer. I swerved. The car rolled. My phone didn't work." "Storm killed the signal towers," Jack said. "We're far from everything." She looked around the cramped tent, his gear neatly stacked, the air thick with pine and smoke. "You stayed with me? All this time?" Jack nodded. "Couldn't move you. Safer to wait it out." Her chest tightened. "Thank you." He shrugged. "Glad you're okay." For days, snow trapped them. Jack shared his meager supplies. beans, noodles, dried fruit, cracking jokes to ease the tension, teaching her to warm her hands right, giving her his only dry socks. See, just stay with me. Her eyes closed, not from weakness, but from trust. On the fifth morning, a helicopter's hum shattered the silence. Jack stepped outside, squinting as rescuers in orange parkas approached. "We've been looking for you," one said to Claire, kneeling beside her in the tent. "Your family's losing it." Claire, weak but awake, glanced at Jack, words caught in her throat. They wrapped her in thermal blankets, fitted an oxygen mask, and carried her to the chopper. Her eyes locked with his, raw and unspoken, before the door shut. Jack stood alone in the snow, the silence louder than the storm. Claire woke in a hospital suite, lilies scenting the air. Memories flooded back. Ice, headlights, Jack. She was Claire Rowan, heiress to the Rowan Group, a luxury empire. She'd been scouting a mountain resort site when the crash stole her from the world. But Jack, his warmth, his voice, had brought her back. Guilt gnawed at her. She'd left without a word. A week later in Daunt. To find her, no last name, no clue if she even remembered him. Yet she haunted him, a warmth he couldn't shake. In a small mountain town, a black SUV rolled up as Jack ate lunch on a bench. Two men in sharp suits stepped out. "Jack?" one asked, handing him an envelope stuffed with cash. A token of appreciation from someone grateful. Jack's jaw tightened. "Who sent you?" "Someone anonymous," the man said. "Ms. Rowan's world is complicated. You don't belong in it. I don't want her money." Jack tossed the envelope back. "Tell them to stay out of my life." But they didn't. Shadows followed him. Men with cameras. Cars idling near hostels. Whispers in town. One evening in a narrow alley, 3 men blocked his path. "You were warned," one growled, fists flying before Jack could react. Pain exploded in his gut, his jaw. He hit the ground, blood on his lips. Tires screeched. A silver car skidded to a stop. Claire leapt out, her voice ablade. "Stop!" She dropped beside. "Safe. You gave me your heart." He held her gaze, heart pounding. "You're not scared of what's next?" "I'm terrified," she admitted, "but I'm more scared of losing you." Jack swallowed hard. "Then let's face it. Together." She smiled through tears. "Together!" They stood, holding tight as the snow swirled around them. The men melted into the storm. In that moment, only 2 hearts mattered. Bruised, but beating as one. The headlines erupted like wildfire. Heiress and hero. Claire Rowan's mystery man. Cinderella in reverse. The media swarmed. Paparazzi hounding Claire's every move. Reporters digging into Jack's past, branding him an opportunist. Her parents seethed. "You're ruining us," her mother snapped. "You're not just our daughter. You're a leader," her father said, voice cold. "Love doesn't excuse abandoning duty." Claire listened, then spoke, calm but unyielding. "If I have to choose between your fortune and the man who saved me, I choose him." Jack struggled. "In a storm," he said. "You changed my life. Love doesn't need a palace, just truth." He offered a silver ring, etched with a lily. "Will you marry me?" Claire knelt too, laughing through tears. "Yes, 1,000 times yes." The crowd cheered, fireworks bursting above. In that village, far from wealth's noise, their love took root. A year later, snow fell softly over their cabin, smoke curling from the chimney. Inside, pine and cinnamon scented the air, firelight dancing on wood walls. Claire, pregnant, wrote in a notebook, words for the girl she'd been, the woman she'd become. Jack, back from the trail, snow in his hair, knelt beside her. "Still writing your masterpiece?" he teased. "Trying to tell it right," she said, "what it meant, what it changed." His hand rested on her belly. "Our little one might be the best part." She laughed, fingers over his. "They're already training for the Olympics." He kissed her belly, then her. "I hope they get your fire."